Hi friends, I've been wondering if it is wise for me to invest in EV battery companies like Amara Raja, Exide and Waaree technologies and did lots of research on the same. It is a huge opportunity which comes with loads of challenges as well, and I will walk you through what I found from my deep research on this business. One thing that is clear to me is that lithium-ion battery business is simply not the same as selling lead-acid batteries. The business battery giants Amara Raja and Exide are presently engaged in. They are quite different, and hence the question that was uppermost in my mind was, can these firms succeed in lithium-ion battery manufacturing the same way they ruled the lead-acid battery market? Can their duopoly in the battery sector continue if the lead-acid business shrinks and is replaced by lithium-ion batteries? What are the challenges they face and risks that are inherent in the new energy business? Let's explore them all in this video. As I said earlier, manufacturing and selling lithium-ion batteries is not the same as manufacturing and selling lead-acid batteries. The reasons are pretty big, and let me walk you through them one by one. First reason, auto OEMs are unwilling to transfer value to the battery firms. Given a choice, auto OEMs would prefer to build batteries themselves in-house instead of passing on the responsibility to an external battery provider like Exide or Amara Raja. This is totally unlike the present situation we have with lead-acid batteries placed in your vehicles, where the manufacturers are happy to let a third party make and supply batteries for them. The reason for this is simple. Lead-acid batteries only power the auxiliary functions of a vehicle like starter function, lighting and horn, and cost less than 1 to 2% of the vehicle cost. So if your bike costs you 1.25 lakhs, the battery costs just 1 to 2,000 rupees. If your internal combustion four-wheeler vehicles like your car cost 10 lakhs, the auxiliary battery cost is just 10,000 rupees. However, with lithium-ion batteries that power the EVs, the situation is completely different. The EV batteries make up 30 to 40% of the vehicle cost, and they are often the primary differentiator for an EV. The OEMs are not happy letting 30 to 40% of the revenue earned from selling the vehicle to go to another company supplying the EV battery sitting underneath the vehicle. So the car and bike manufacturers want to eat battery companies' lunch since it forms 40% of the cost of the vehicles they sell. They want to manufacture the batteries themselves or want to provide bare minimum margin to their battery suppliers. Hence, many big EV players like Tesla, BYD, Volkswagen, General Motors, and here in India, Ola and Tata's have invested heavily in battery manufacturing units. Many are entering into partnership with established players in the battery space to achieve this. Tesla has partnered with Panasonic and General Motors has partnered with LG for their battery manufacturing plants. By doing this, they can control costs and achieve economies of scale. They can take control of the technology, optimize performance by customizing battery to their specific vehicle designs and requirements. This can help achieve better range, safety, greater energy efficiency, and improved vehicle performance. Having in-house battery manufacturing units allows auto manufacturers to invest in R&D, leading to innovations in the battery technology. This can provide competitive edge in the rapidly evolving EV market. They can also overcome the risk of supply chain disruptions due to major dependence on external suppliers. Even if vehicle manufacturers cannot handle all aspects of EV battery production, they aim to manage easier portions such as packing and assembling to cut costs. Cell packing and assembly takes up about 30 to 40% of the total battery pack costs, while cells themselves make up around 60 to 70% of the cost. For LFP batteries, which are increasingly popular, the cost share of packing and assembling can be as high as 52%. The LFP cells utilize cheaper raw materials and hence cells themselves cost less. Hence, many two-wheeler and three-wheeler manufacturers are minimizing the large value addition to battery companies like Exide and Amara Raja and are exploring the possibilities of in-house production to gain control over costs and to retain revenue. Again, this tug of war, or can we say conflict of interest between the vehicle manufacturers and battery suppliers over the revenue share from EV batteries is one of the inherent risks in the lithium-ion battery business. Battery companies like Amara Raja and Exide are aware of this. Hence, Amara Raja plans to have 5 gigawatt-hour of packing facility and 12 to 16 gigawatt-hour of cell manufacturing. The reason why the packing number is small is because they expect many OEMs to do the packing themselves. Amara Raja can indeed focus on providing high quality cells, leaving the packing and final assembly to the OEMs. Another reason why selling lithium-ion batteries may not be the same as selling the lead-acid ones is the aftermarket segment. Aftermarket opportunities are limited with lithium-ion batteries. Presently, Amara Raja or Exide for that matter is able to achieve highest margins on their batteries sold in the aftermarket. That is, when selling a lead-acid battery to a customer who is looking to replace his or her vehicle battery. This replacement is often done when the battery is down or weak, and hence the customer needs to purchase the battery urgently. However, lithium-ion batteries have a much longer lifespan with more cycles, and they rarely die like the lead-acid ones. A typical lead-acid battery installed on a vehicle lasts about 3 to 5 years, and they will need replacement after this period. The warranty on the same is just about 18 to 36 months. Compare this to the warranty provided by OEMs on their EV batteries. Tata EVs come with a battery warranty of 8 years or 1.6 lakh kilometers. Ola has a similar warranty on their two-wheeler EV battery, 8 years or 1.25 lakh kilometers. Tesla EVs are covered for 70% of their original capacity for 8 years or 1.6 lakhs to 2.4 lakh kilometers depending on the make and model of the car. While these are manufacturer warranties, the actual lifespan of an EV battery is estimated to be much higher. According to various studies, an EV battery lasts about 20 years or 250,000 miles or about 4 lakh kilometers without needing to be changed. Tesla has released several reports which states that their EVs lost only about 10 to 20% of their capacity even after 200,000 miles or 3.2 lakh kilometers of usage. Battery degradation is even less with LFP batteries. Cartel, the largest manufacturer of EV batteries, recently released a breakthrough battery pack which comes with 15-year or up to 1 million miles or 15 lakh kilometers warranty. It also introduced another battery pack with a 10-year or 10 lakh kilometer guaranteed lifespan. Hence, the EV battery technology is evolving continuously, and there is little or no scope for aftermarket battery replacement when it comes to EV batteries. Presently, Amara Raja being the largest player in the automotive aftermarket battery segment in India, significant share of its revenue comes from the aftermarket replacement of lead-acid batteries. For EV batteries, revenue for battery manufacturers like Amara Raja and Exide must come from partnering with OEMs to install their batteries in the new vehicles. And this can reduce margins earned substantially for the battery firms. This is due to the inevitable pressure from the automobile manufacturer to cut costs and acquire batteries at the lowest possible price. However, as we will see later, all is not lost for battery firms, since lithium-ion batteries may allow for certain other business opportunities which may not have been possible with the lead-acid ones. So now let us talk about the raw material sourcing and the imports that are required for the lithium-ion battery manufacturing. Amara Raja and Exide face several challenges in lithium-ion battery manufacturing that they do not encounter in the lead-acid sector. One of the major problems is the raw material sourcing. Lithium, cobalt, nickel and manganese, essential for lithium-ion cells, are not available locally in India. They must all be imported, making them prone to supply chain disruptions and volatility. These raw materials are mined from various parts of the world. Lithium from Australia, Chile and Argentina, cobalt from the Republic of Congo, nickel from Indonesia and the Philippines, and manganese from South Africa and Australia. Further, Chinese firms have acquired majority stakes in these mines. A large share of raw materials or mined ore is transported to China for refining and processing into battery-grade material. China is responsible for nearly 80% of the refining and processing of raw materials for lithium-ion batteries. South Korea and Japan are the other two countries which are involved in refining and processing lithium and nickel, producing high-quality battery materials. Given this situation, it's no surprise that both Exide and Amara Raja chose Chinese battery manufacturers as their partners for lithium-ion battery manufacturing. Chinese firms with active government support have systematically addressed the supply chain constraints that worry most large lithium-ion battery manufacturing firms. By partnering with Chinese giants, Exide and Amara Raja gain access to the same supply chain that has supported these firms over the years. However, tensions on the Chinese borders have made the Indian government reluctant to provide top Chinese firms access to the Indian market. Since April 2020, India has implemented a new policy for foreign direct investment or FDI from neighboring countries, including China. The FDI from China now requires prior approval from the Indian government. Approvals are now being granted for certain sectors such as EV battery manufacturing due to pressure from the industry bodies that see it as a nearly impossible to grow this business without Chinese help. Amara Raja and Exide will now be able to avail themselves of the cost benefits and stable supply of raw materials by linking to the same supply chain that serves their Chinese partners. This situation where the raw materials are scarce, expensive and needs to be imported contrasts sharply with the lead acid battery business, where the Indian firms can source their raw materials locally. About 80 to 85% of the lead supply for Amara Raja comes from recycling old batteries. For the rest, a substantial supply of lead is available from the domestic suppliers through local mining and refining from players like Hindustan Zinc Limited and Hindustan Copper Limited. Next, let us talk about the technology and regulatory risks involved in the lithium-ion battery sector. Lithium-ion batteries, unlike the lead-acid batteries, are continuously evolving. Advancements in battery chemistry and production methods are regularly tested and implemented to meet the growing energy demands of EVs and smart devices. For battery companies to remain competitive, ongoing innovation is essential. Battery technologies are constantly being pushed for better range, faster charging speeds, longer cycles, and enhanced safety. Consistently delivering high quality, high performance, safe, and long lasting batteries is crucial for gaining customer trust and meeting regulatory requirements. Adhering to stringent environmental and safety regulations, both domestic and international, presents significant challenges and can incur substantial costs. Any safety slip-ups leading to battery recalls can be devastating to the firm's survival. Setting up lithium-ion manufacturing facilities requires substantial capital expenditure. For instance, Amara Raja is investing more money in 2 years to establish their lithium-ion battery plants than they did during the entire 30 years of their lead-acid battery business. The raw materials and components for lithium-ion batteries are 10 to 20 times more expensive than those for lead-acid batteries, resulting in significant manufacturing costs for the EV batteries. Securing funding and managing the associated financial risks are also critical challenges in this industry. While Amara Raja plans to fund their new energy plants initially with free cash flow and existing cash, they aim to eventually raise debt or equity in the next 2 to 3 years. The EV battery industry is extremely capital and technology intensive. Only the ones with lots of funds and innovation survive. In China, which had almost 200 EV battery companies in 2016, now has only about 20 of them, and 90% of the market share has been captured by top 5 battery manufacturers in the country. In fact, 70% of the EV battery market in China is owned by top 2 firms, CATL and BYD. Similarly, the top 5 battery companies in the world own 80% of the global market share. Only those companies with strong technology and plenty of capital to spare will survive. In India, most EV batteries or the cells that make up cell packs are imported from China or South Korea. Competing with Chinese battery makers is a significant challenge for Indian manufacturers, as Chinese companies benefit from large-scale production, advanced technology, and government subsidies, allowing them to offer products at lower prices. Companies like CATL and BYD hold substantial market share of nearly 63% in the global battery market. Their established presence and aggressive pricing strategies pose a significant threat to Indian companies. Chinese manufacturers often have advanced technology and high production efficiency, making it difficult for Indian manufacturers to compete on both price and quality. Both Exide and Amara Raja have expressed their intent to compete on price and quality with global players, leveraging supply chain access and technology support from their Chinese partners. Until the Indian industry evolves to establish companies that manufacture key battery materials for anodes, cathodes, and electrolytes, partnerships with international companies are a necessity. Many firms such as Epsilon, Himadri Chemicals, GFCL, and HEG are in early stages of setting up these facilities for refining and processing of raw materials to produce battery-grade material. Next, let us talk about the intense competition that exists in the lithium-ion sector with oil majors, energy firms, auto OEMs, electronic giants, battery firms all competing with each other for this business. In the last few minutes, we touched upon some of the competitive pressures in the lithium-ion battery sector, like the Chinese influence and OEM's preference to go for in-house batteries. Here we'll take a deeper look at the kind of competition that EV battery business can face in the near and long term. We should understand that the growth of EVs and advancements in the EV batteries affect the business of oil companies directly. Oil and gas companies like Shell, Exxon, British Petroleum, Total Energies have long been trying to diversify their business by investing in renewable energy and energy storage companies to hedge against the long-term decline in fossil fuel demand. While most oil and gas companies are focused on entering energy storage business and are deploying charging stations, some are investing in battery manufacturing and related R&D as well. It may be interesting to know that one of the original inventors of lithium-ion battery, Stanley Whittingham, was an employee of Exxon. Recently, Indian Oil Corporation signed an agreement to work on a JV with Panasonic for setting up lithium-ion battery manufacturing facility here in India. Panasonic is one of the top 3 battery manufacturers in the world with global market share of about 10%. Almost all major oil and gas companies plan to set up EV charging stations. Shell plans to install 500,000 charge points by 2025. Total Energies 150,000 in Europe by 2025. British Petroleum plans to install 70,000 public charge points in coming years. Many have partnered with EV charging solution providers to provide EV charging services at their gas stations or petrol pumps. India has 89,000 petrol pumps, and out of which 17% now have EV charging facilities. Oil companies like Indian Oil, Hindustan Petroleum, Bharat Petroleum provide EV charging facilities at more than 15,000 petrol pumps in India as of March 2024. This is more than double of 6,700 charging stations reported in March 2023. Bharat Petroleum is collaborating with Tata EV to set up about 7,000 EV charging stations across the country by leveraging its vast fuel stations network. Reliance, one of the largest oil and gas companies here, has committed a total of 75,000 crores to build a new energy manufacturing ecosystem in Jamnagar in Gujarat, the same place where the world's largest oil refinery is located. Among the many other things they have planned as part of this venture, the list includes setting up a gigafactory to manufacture lithium-ion battery chemicals, cells and packs by 2026. Even the Saudis have started a multi-billion-dollar public investment fund or PIF to promote renewable energy and EV production initiatives. They see the transition to electric mobility as a significant shift in the future energy landscape, where oil may no longer be the dominant transportation fuel. Seer is an EV automobile brand which is a joint venture between the Saudi government and Foxconn. The Saudi PIF has invested $2.5 billion in Lucid Motors, one of the largest manufacturers of EV vehicles in the US. Lucid Motors is planning to set up a EV manufacturing hub in Saudi Arabia as well, with the production capacity of about 150,000 EVs per year. Both Seer and Lucid Motors are likely to go for local lithium-ion cell packing and cell production. However, as we will discuss later, the entry of oil gas companies into EV mobility may be seen as an opportunity for battery firms to form JVs to sell their products for energy storage and distribution. Amara Raja CEO Jaidev Galla has rightly said that the competition for lithium-ion battery manufacturing will be quite different than what we have seen for the lead-acid batteries. It is fair to anticipate electronics majors and device makers to take part in the business of manufacturing and selling lithium-ion batteries here in India. Samsung, LG, Panasonic are all top manufacturers of lithium-ion batteries in the world globally. Building on their leadership in the electronics and devices, they saw the potential for lithium-ion batteries much earlier than the battery firms which stuck to the legacy technologies for energy storage. LG and Panasonic have been working with EV majors like Tesla, General Motors and Ford for many years now. Samsung has entered into agreement to supply batteries to Hyundai Motors, General Motors, Volkswagen and Volvo. LG was to supply batteries to Mahindra and Mahindra as well. Then there are automobile OEMs themselves who want to grow big on the lithium-ion battery manufacturing. Many of them plan to supply these high-priced batteries to their competitors as well to boost their revenue. Tesla owns several gigafactories already with partners like Panasonic. The present capacity is 37 gigawatt hour capacity, enough to serve about 5 lakh EVs per year. And Tesla plans to increase this capacity to 200 gigawatt hour by 2031. General Motors has partnered with LG to reach 85 gigawatt hour of production. The capacity is slated to increase to 135 gigawatt hour by the end of this year and to 165 gigawatt hour by the end of next year. Ola here in India, realizing the potential of lithium-ion battery manufacturing, wants to build a gigafactory for lithium-ion battery manufacturing in Krishnagiri, Tamil Nadu. While the initial capacity planned is 5 gigawatt hour, Ola wants to scale it to 100 gigawatt hour, which is almost 8 times the capacity of 12 to 15 gigawatt hour planned by battery giants Amara Raja and Exide for their own gigafactories. When completed, this will be one of the world's largest cell manufacturing facilities. The plan is to not only meet their internal demands but also sell lithium-ion cells, cell packs to other OEMs. Ola even abandoned their plans to build four-wheeler EVs to focus on two-wheelers and cell manufacturing. Ola says they are setting up one of the world's largest and most advanced lithium-ion cell R&D facilities here in Bangalore. BYD is Chinese automobile manufacturer who is the second largest battery maker in the world behind CATL, world's largest battery manufacturer. The two companies together have a market share of more than 60% globally. BYD supplies EV batteries to Tesla, General Motors, Ford, and a number of Indian automobile manufacturers as well, like Olectra, Mahindra & Mahindra, Maruti and Toyota India. Volkswagen, through its subsidiary PowerCo, wants to build multiple gigafactories in Europe and North America, which will eventually reach a capacity of 200 gigawatt hour. Total investment by PowerCo is expected to reach 20 billion euros by 2030. Tatas are setting up battery manufacturing plant in Gujarat with an initial capacity of 20 gigawatt hour, scalable to 40 gigawatt hour and an investment of rupees 13,000 crores. It is also building a 40 gigawatt hour gigafactory in the UK at an investment of 5 billion US dollars. Battery production is targeted to start in 2026. Initial customers are Tata Motors and Tata-owned Jaguar Land Rover Limited. As of now, most of these auto majors manufacturing EVs have much bigger plans for capacity addition than the battery firms like Exide or Amara Raja. The battery firms have perhaps been more cautious with their plans than the auto OEMs. Of course, energy firms across the globe are investing heavily in energy storage solutions for transitioning to renewable energy and electric mobility. Given this scenario where there are many players and quite a few challenges, the question that naturally arises in one's mind is there a future in lithium-ion battery manufacturing? Can Exide and Amara Raja succeed in overcoming these hurdles to shine in this sector? What are the possible business models for battery firms engaged in lithium-ion battery manufacturing? As I said earlier, the business scenario with lithium-ion batteries is quite different than what we saw with lead-acid batteries. Hence, battery manufacturers need to think and strategize differently here to succeed. Since this video is already long, I have cut this video into two parts. In the second part, which is already filmed, I will share with you my findings on what opportunities the new energy batteries offer to battery companies and their chances of succeeding with the same. So stay tuned for my next video coming in the next 3 days. Thank you and have a great day.